Happy Thursday. I'm back twice in a week. Wow, like what's happening? I am also behind schedule, so I thought this would be the perfect time to show you another version of like my mommy makeup that is really, really quick, really fast, that I can get done, but still makes me feel good. It makes me feel put together. And it is involving no foundation. So let's go ahead and get started. I already primed for this look because I'm not using foundation. I do need to use primer just to help control the natural oils in my skin. I have oily skin, oily leaning normal occasionally. So let's go ahead and start with the two concealers I'm planning to use. I hope this one's dark enough. I have just been getting darker and darker the older I get. I don't know what's happening with that, but I'm not mad at it. It's just finding matches is a little bit harder. We're going to use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer Matte Finish, and this is the lighter concealer. I'm going to go ahead and place this under my eyes pretty generously. Also on this pimple that I've had in the middle of my forehead. I'm going to put a little bit above my lip, a little bit on my chin. And then with the darker concealer, which is one of my favorite concealers of all time, this is the NYX, excuse me, this cough. The NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Contour Concealer. I didn't know that's what it was called. In the shade Walnut 22.3. Okay, this is the darker one. This pretty much matches my skin tone, and I'm almost out of it. I'm going to put this kind of in the areas that I actually would contour on the perimeter of my face, where I kind of want a little bit more coverage. And then for my forehead, she doesn't need as much because my forehead's pretty even. But around my mouth, I would like more coverage because I have discoloration there. Due to pregnancy, I have two lines that go down. I don't even know if y'all can see them, but it's almost like I'm a marionette doll. Pregnancy discoloration. I'm going to cover that up. And I also have some pregnancy discoloration on the sides of my forehead that were not there before I got pregnant. But I don't really care too much about covering that up because it's kind of in the contour areas. And this is my birthmark for those who don't know. So that looks like enough to me. Y'all know I'm simple, so I'm gonna use the same brush to blend all of this out. And I've just been using this random Alamar Cosmetics brush that I'm pretty sure is for powder, but make up your own rules. And I'm gonna start with the darker shade. You'll see me drag it down a little bit to kind of disperse it. And then I go in and tap it in. Especially around my mouth, I'm gonna do more tapping because this is the area I want the most coverage. But I'm just casually mixing the two shades together around my mouth. We're gonna come to this side, do the same thing. Making sure you get under the chin as well so you don't have that weird line of demarcation. When I tell you this is so quick, but most of the coverage I really want to be on the lower half of my face because that's where I suffer the most discoloration. I'm going to leave the under eye so that can be nice and flawless. And we're going to go to the forehead now. And I start right in the middle where the lighter shade is. And you'll see me kind of drag it side to side. And then we'll get into blending out the darker little halo that I put. And I'm just like gradually fading it out into my actual skin where there's actually not any product. We're just kind of fading it out to my natural skin. This shade Walnut works really well for me. It is more neutral, almost leaning a little bit cool, which for my skin works really well. Last, I go to my under eye. I forgot to put a dark stripe down my nose so that my nose doesn't end up looking too light. So we'll do that last. I don't really need that much coverage on my nose. It's just so that my nose blends in with the rest of my face. The makeup I use is slightly darker than the skin tone of my face. My face is lighter than the rest of my body because I wear sunscreen and it's covered with makeup, so it's not directly exposed to the sun, you know? So just to make sure my nose is not like looking a totally different color, I'm gonna put a stripe of the darker concealer, the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop down it to help it blend. Just make sure you get all the edges. Everything is nice and blurred. You want those blurry lines. Do 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 do. I haven't heard this song in forever. All right. gonna put a stripe right down the middle. You probably can't even see it because, like, yeah, the color really does work really well with my skin tone. Okay. All right, and now our base, after you blend this out, is done. Whatever's left on the brush, I'm gonna take around my mouth. All right, so now the base is done. It looks very smooth and flawless, and you didn't use any foundation, and you can kind of customize it to like the amount of concealer that you need for your skin needs and preferences, you know? But for me, this is good. This is enough. Again, I use the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm in Universal as my primer. This works really great for longevity for me, and I have a long day today and meetings and stuff. Meetings and stuff. Checking out my mirror. All right, time to set with powder. Now, I need this to really, really, really last, so I am going to use my loose powder concoction. I really have been loving the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. This is not, doesn't have the best ingredients. It is very like pale ashy, but I've been mixing in all of my other face powders I own into it, so I can't really tell you what powder this is anymore because it's a mixture of like 6 different powders. And of course, some that are darker, so now the color is more golden brown. Sorry, I got really congested all of a sudden. What is happening to me? Now my nose is getting clogged. Okay, so now patting out the creases under my eye. I'm going to dip my brush into this powder concoction, coating it, and I'm going to go in and set my under eyes. And I love using a brush to do this. I find I have drier under eyes, and if I use a puff, sometimes they can look too dry throughout the day because it applies too much powder. But the brush is just like the perfect amount. And you see I go over my eyebrow as well and kind of the center of the forehead. So this powder, the loose powder, is for my highlighted areas. If I were in a super rush, I would use a pressed powder. But I'm not in a super rush today. I'm pretty prepared for today. And I've been working hard, y'all. To like get back to a little bit more ease in my schedule, because as of late it's been a little intense and I'm carrying a little bit more of a workload than I normally do, but it's okay. Ooh, that was a little much. Sometimes the brush picks up a little more than what I would like, but we're just gonna spread the love. And I'm doing like my whole under eye area where you would highlight, of course, that center going over my brows. And I'm really making sure I sweep it under there. That's how you make sure you don't get any creases and it stays nice and set and smooth. And then whatever's left over, you see me coming to the top lip and around my mouth a little bit with any residual leftover powder. Okay, so now the center of my face is set. You can see the rest that's not is a little bit darker, and it's also a little bit more glowy for now, because since I'm oily, I like to start off matte and then the glow, she naturally will occur. I'm going to take a smaller brush and do a stripe of powder down the bridge of my nose to highlight it. And this is the same powder I just used for my under eyes in the center of my face. And like I said, I can do this pretty quick. I'm eating milk chocolate covered almonds for breakfast. Until I get to school, then I have real breakfast. But for now, hey, what's the line to be kind of straight? I'm not a perfectionist. All right, we are done with loose powder, so I'm gonna carefully try and put this back in the cap. The best I can before I go in with my all over face powder. Okay, we're gonna try not to make a mess. I'm gonna rub it on my belly. Let's see my belly. Baby Jonah. Having a boy. Baby Jonah. All right, for my all over face powder, I have been loving Juvia's Place powder foundation shade Katsina. So it looks like I have really been loving this. Works so well, so easy. I'm taking an e.l.f. powder brush. Yeah, e.l.f. powder brush. And I go in and I press this everywhere else. Pressing adds coverage. And it really just like sets everything into the skin. I'm like pushing everything into my skin so that it can become one with me. Also going around my mouth area because I didn't really set it. I just kind of lightly set with the loose powder. But layering also adds a little bit of dimension to the face. I like for the perimeters, of course, to be the deepest, around my mouth to be like slightly lighter, and under my eyes to be the brightest, and in between my eyebrows to be the brightest. But the rest of my face, the perimeters, should be the deepest so that I can blend with the rest of my body. Now, as you can see, I'm also applying this powder where there's no concealer, which is like the very edges of my forehead where we didn't apply anything, because it doesn't really need it. This powder just gonna kind of soften the texture of my skin and like kind of make it look blurred, velvety smooth, but it doesn't really need coverage. So that's why I don't really put too much concealer up here on my forehead. And most of the product is focused on the lower half of my face, because those are my needs. And also just less product on the forehead tends to look more natural throughout the day. And I'm really making sure I really press it in because my forehead is big, you know, she's beaming. We can't avoid her. And then last, I'll go on the sides of my nose. What time is it? 6:20. My husband needs to wake up. He'll probably get up on his own, hopefully. If he's not up already, I just didn't hear it. Yeah, I kind of use this to blend out that line down the middle of my nose, make sure I get underneath as well. And now my base is done and set, and it looks to me so good. And this is like just so fast and easy. As you can see the color more in natural light, but I promise you it blends very well with my body. And it's just so smooth, you know, and just quick, easy, fast. Love it. I love concealer only looks. When I go on vacation, I do this concealer only, and I bring powders. And I'm just like, especially in Mexico, it was so humid. We were just there for Christmas. It was so humid, like foundation, it would just be melting off. But concealer I find can last with powder, and I was good. And I looked great. And it wore very well. All right, let's finish up this look. This is an oldie bit of goodie. BH Cosmetics Chocolate Marshmallow Truffle Palette, 4-color blush palette. I have been loving this since I rediscovered it. This blush, I use it like a highlighter right here. Hi. It's so nice. It's like a pinky bronzy tone. I feel like it just looks so good on my skin. Like, I'm kind of done with like traditional gold and silver. I really love the way this color looks. Like it's like a pinky bronze. I just think it looks so flattering on my skin. So I apply some down the bridge of my nose with my finger. I'm also going to use my finger and go ahead and do my brow bone. Today we're not doing any eyeshadow whatsoever, so I didn't apply anything to my eyelids. We're just leaving my natural eyelid color. Why do I have K-On! My Wayward Son stuck in my head? That was very random. And then I'm also gonna, I dropped the brush. I'm gonna take this another Alamar Cosmetics brightening brush. I'm gonna dip into this highlighter blushy shade. I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this alone on the tops of my cheeks, but I am gonna layer one of the other blush colors with it. But I love the glow that this gives. And yes, I have texture on my cheeks, and I still wear highlight. Like, I don't really care. I love the glow on the cheek. And it's just such a pretty color. Like, it's really, really pretty. I'll have to pick up the phone and show you guys in a sec. But I'm applying quite a bit. I love the glow this gives. And I'm about to layer something matte over top of it, so that'll tone it down. But just look at that, so pretty. And then we're gonna like blend it out, diffuse the stripe with actual blush. And I guess I'll use this brush, even though there's highlight and all sorts of stuff on this brush. We're gonna go in with this shade right here. This brighter mauve pink one. Oh yeah, that is a lot brighter. Okay, that was a little much. I just go and I like stamp it around, and then I do some swirls, you know. Blush on me, it lasts pretty much all day, but it does fade like a little bit. So if we start off strong, that's okay. I love blush. I used to be more afraid of blush, and yeah, it's really pretty. It's like this. I have not found another shade on its own that like dupes this. It's like a bronzy pink. Let me swatch it. It's like a bronzy pink color. Like it's not doing it justice. It's very close to like my skin tone because it's more bronze, has more brown in it, but it also has some pink to it, which I think is what makes it like pop. It's super pretty. I really like it. But I have not been able to find anything outside of this palette that is like similar. A highlight that is similar. I also really love this blush. I feel like this palette is just great for brown skin, dark brown skin. So pretty. The chocolate marshmallow truffle. I don't know if BH Cosmetics still makes this, but I'm sure it was like $9. It's not expensive, but I have been loving it. It's been my go-to. I just feel like it just flatters my skin. All right, I spent way too long putting on blush. It didn't take all that, but here's what the skin is looking like now. And I only have 3 steps left, which is to do my eyebrows, apply mascara. Sometimes I just do my upper lashes because I'm lazy. And then to put on a lip oil today. I'm going to wear one of the NYX Fat Lip Click Stick Lip Oil thingies. I'm going to wear that today. I want something easy. I did more of like a lipstick yesterday, and I was like, it's too much, too much, too much. Okay, brows. All right, I've been cheating with my brows. You already know I've been doing like, I call it like the auntie kind of brow. Like it is kind of like the ombre blocky brow, but in a natural way, in my opinion. So I'm going to take this, not making out of breath. Let me tell you, the pregnancy, I'm in a place where like I feel really good. So like sometimes I forget I'm pregnant, and then out of nowhere, it's like, girl, slow down, calm down. You don't have all of your facilities for yourself anymore. You're growing another person. Okay. Like literally lost my breath right there. Had to reel it in. We're taking the Juvia's Place brow gel. I think it's in black brown, and I'm just gonna kind of shape the natural hairs I have, which is not a lot. My brows are naturally thin, almost translucent, as you can see. Shout out to my mom and dad. They both have very thin brows. I'm just gonna shape what's already there so then I know what I'm like filling in with the pencil. Sometimes I just leave it here. I don't even do my brows or add mascara, and I'll just put on some like clear gloss because I am a skin girly. I feel like beautiful, radiant skin is what like makes it look. That's my favorite part of makeup, is like the skin. I feel like everything else is extra. And that's why like people that have naturally clear skin, I'm like naturally drawn, and I'm drawn to them. Like on YouTube, I'm like, even if we have nothing else in common, if you have like really clear skin, I probably will watch your videos because it's like, dang, they don't even need makeup. Like, my skin has gotten so much better. For those of you that have been watching me since I was in college, like I'm really grateful for how far my skin has come. I still break out even in my 30s, but I know how to like care for it now, so it's not as like big a deal. All right, we're gonna let the brow gel dry just a little bit. Eat a couple almonds, take a sip of coffee. Also, my hair's in a bun. When I'm feeling super lazy and I don't want to do my hair, and I don't even do a part, you know, I'm feeling like not doing my hair. This is one of my go-tos. Also, I did not go to um, California State University, Fullerton. My husband did. He's an alumni of there, but I'm just wearing this because it fits. And in the mornings here, it's been pretty cold, but by the end of the day, it's like 68 degrees and gorgeous. So I'll take it. Okay. Now I'm going to take this e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in the darker shade I'm pretty sure that they have. And I'm going to go in and like fill in the brow. And I mean, I'm just going to draw it on like a Sharpie basically. But since this is a softer color and it's not a Sharpie, it looks pretty decent. But we're going to do this like pretty quick. I'm following my natural brow shape and thickness. There's this part that looks weird, but that's because like my hairs are separating. We'll go back and fix that. Okay, but there's one kind of done. You can see there's a difference, okay? I can see the difference, but it's still very like subtle, which I appreciate. It's not too intense. Okay, this side. There he goes. He's up. I just need to leave before 7. That is my only goal, like when it comes to going to school, so that I can get a parking spot. I always get a parking spot if I leave before 7 a.m. Sometimes, honestly, I can push it to 7:05, but I'm really like taking a risk of not getting a spot. But usually I still do, but I'm just like trying to make it my goal to leave before 7. And like 6:58 counts. As long as my car is in motion, like I'm not in the parking spot, I am moving before 7, then I get a parking spot. We have a really small parking lot at one of my schools. And it is like the Hunger Games in that parking lot. And then they're doing like construction all around the school, so the traffic, like if you don't get there early, you're just, yeah, it's not good. Okay, it's just not good. So that's like my only goal. And I'm like, this morning, what do I need to do? I need to send a couple emails. It's funny, I'm talking to you guys through my day before I have classes. I need to send a few emails and write names on recorders. And I think I'm good. All right, I think the brows are in a decent place. They're not gonna be identical, but I just wanna make sure they look decent and somewhat similar, especially at the front, which I feel like this one is a little bit thicker at the front than this one, but now I think I'm good. All right, so this is what they look like with just brow gel pencil. I like to go back in with the brow gel so that my hairs kind of pop out a little more after putting pencil over top of it. And that helps to make it look slightly more natural and believable, but I do not have hair in the very front part. I do extend my brows a little bit closer together. I think that just flatters my face shape a little more. Since I have a very long face, I need to like elongate my brows side to side because I got an egghead. She's got an egghead. That's okay. I have an oblong face. It's literally like a perfect oval. Which they say is like the ideal face shape, but I like shorter, wider faces. I think more circular. I think it's probably my mom's face shape. That's probably why I like it. That's my mom's face shape. And my little sister. Okay. The brows are done. You could stop here, but I am going to add mascara. And then, like I said, that NYX lip clip stick. And that is it for this makeup. Honestly, I took a way long time today, but I can do this real fast. But we're having a good time. I'm not in a rush yet. Mascara. Let's do Fenty. Their voluminizing mascara entitled Hella Thick. Sometimes I curl my lashes. That does help, but I don't feel like it today. I lost a brow hair on my cheek. It's still there. Wow, it does not want to come off. Okay, we'll come back to that. Yeah, the NYX pencil is kind of like hard. So sometimes, because I am pretty aggressive with it, it does take out a couple of my brow hairs when I use it. But I think because it is so hard, it's not super emollient, it doesn't get super dark on my eyebrows, so that I don't look too crazy. Also, this mascara, that's one coat on this eye, nothing on this eye. It's good. It's real good. You should try it out. And it's relatively inexpensive for a high-end mascara, a higher-end mascara. I guess Fenty counts as mid-range. Her products are mid-range in price. Anybody else feel like the year is already going by really fast? Like it's already January 18th? A month ago I was getting out of school for winter break, and now we're over halfway through the first month of this year. And once February hits, I'm gonna be in like full on I'm gonna call it faith booster mode, as in I'm panicking mode. Because the baby will be coming very soon after that. You know, February is the shortest month of the year, and then March, and then April, and he could technically come the end of April. So I'm calling it my faith booster mode because I'm not going to worry. I'm not gonna stress. I'm like, I ain't never done this before, you know what I mean, dog? I've never been a parent before. I've never been a mother. Yeah. And my students are so funny. They always ask me, like, are you ready to be a mom? And I was like, I mean, I kind of have to be, I guess. But are you ever really ready? You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at with that. It'll be fine, though. Everything's gonna be fine. All right, last up, I'm gonna use the NYX Fat Oil Slick Click Stick Shiny Lip Balm, and this is the shade Trending Topic. Good morning. Good morning. He brought me Nola. Hey, Nola June. This is like really pretty. It has glitter in it. But it's pretty much clear, which is why I like it. But it's so pretty on the lips. The tone, since my lips are kind of brown, And this is like, I don't even know how to describe this glitter. It's like a brown plummy glitter. It goes really well with like the highlighter, and I think it just goes really well with the look. As he calls the dog back out, she just sat down behind me. But yeah, that concludes this look. I really love the way it turned out. I think I look great. Let me scoot back from the light. There we go. Now you can see a little bit better. I feel like it's very just like soft, pretty, quick, easy. Pinky, mauve-y, all the adjectives that are positive. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to chug the rest of my coffee. I barely drank any. And get changed and all that so I can get to work and leave before 7 because it's now 6:38. I hope you have a fantastic day. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you. Make it a thankful Thursday. Bye.